Hello everyone. In today's session, we'll be covering internal order under controlling. Internal order is controlling object used when we need to analyze job of specific nature. It is temporary cost collector. For example, nowadays, uh, in order to launch a new product, what organization do, they conduct a huge launch party, or they call influencers in order to market or advertise their new launch or new product. So these costs are huge. So in order to analyze the job of specific nature, organization take help of internal order. So it is, in easy word, it is a virtual place of collecting or pooling cost of a particular activity or a task. So we need to do few basic settings for internal order in SAP. So let's understand step by step by going to SAP portal. So this is our SAP software screen, easy access screen. For backend configuration, we need to go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG. We have controlling. Under controlling, we have internal order. So the first step that we need to do is to define an order type. So what type of internal order it is? So under order master data, we need to define order type. So let's take an example or a scenario. For example, we need to conduct a launch party or a marketing. We need to make an order for marketing for a promotional activity. So let's search for an order like this, internal order marketing. So I've already created an order. Let's discuss it in details. So we need to give, by new entry, we can generate a new order type. Now, first what we need to give a unique code, a 4-digit or 5-digit code. It may be a digit or a alphanumeric. So in my case, I've given an alphanumeric code. Then give a description of your order. Then our order category is internal order under controlling. Then we have already assigned a number range to it. Then the most important parameter for defining an order is to give a settlement profile. What is settlement profile? Settlement profile is basically the type in which the settlement is going to be done. So how costs are going to be settled? So I have already assigned a 20. What is 20? Let's see. So 20 is overhead cost. I have already assigned, but we also define settlement type properly in order to assign the cost. So let's understand that what is settlement profile. So in order to make or to define an internal order type, we need a settlement profile. Same under controlling, under internal order, actual postings, we have settlement, and under settlement we have allocation structure, and we have settlement cost element. Also we have maintained settlement profile. So all these are interconnected, that is why I mentioned them. But first let's see what is settlement profile that we have to link in, or in order to define our internal order type. So maintain settlement profile. So the settlement profile that is linked to our order type is 20. So let's see what we have in 20. So this is a settlement profile uh, that gives how our costs are going to be settled. As internal order is part of controlling, that means it is part of internal reporting, not external reporting. So internal order is also going to fetch all the details or the data from our GL accounts. So the settlement profile 20 overhead costs. Now we have given the parameters like the cost of sales or actual cost to be settled in full, that can be settled and it cannot be used for settlement. Then the most important thing is this allocation structure. I have assigned a BR. We'll see what this BR is. Then the default object type is cost center, that all the amount that we are going to settle is under the object type cost center. Then there are indicators, 100% validation, percent-wise settlement, we want equivalent numbers. Now all these additional details are given by the client. And then we have a document type, that is SA. We have already defined it. Then maximum number of digit is 10, and the time or the residence time is, we have given 3 months. So this is my settlement profile, how the settlement is going to be done. The important part that we have to see is allocation structure. Now what is allocation structure? This is a defined structure how the costs are going to be distributed. So we have to see how this allocation structure is defined. So the first important thing that we discussed is internal order type. We have to define a type. Under that type, we have to assign a settlement profile, how we are going to settle our cost. And under the settlement profile, we define an allocation structure. So everything is linked with each other. So now we have to see how the allocation structure is defined. I'm just opening another screen to show you the allocation structure configuration. SPRO, SAP reference IMG screen, again controlling internal order. Then we have to go to actual postings, again settlement. And under settlement, I have to maintain an allocation structure. So allocation structure, I have already maintained an allocation structure. And if you have, if you want to practice, you can also do or go to new entries and define your own allocation structure. So allocation structure, under allocation structure, I have given 2 assignments. Like one, in order to launch the product, I have to do a marketing advertisement campaign. And the second thing I need to do is to give a launch party. So I have defined 2 assignments, and under these assignments I need to assign the cost elements. So my source, there are so my assignment, I have to select the assignment and then I will go to source. So the source is basically my cost element, and cost elements are nothing but GL or our GL master data, from where the data is going to get fetched from. I will show that to you by going to FS00, all my GL accounts. So this is my company 1812, and I've already created GL accounts for it. Also, Also, I would like to make you understand that there are two type of GL account that we need for internal order. What are those two types? Number one, we need a primary cost element, and secondly, we need a secondary cost element. We need primary cost element because all the data is going to transfer to internal order through a journal entry. So for journal entry, we need to give a proper GL master data under primary cost elements so that we can assign cost object to it, either be a cost center or an internal order. And then the secondary cost element we use not for GL entries. Secondary cost element we have already discussed while doing our uh, assessment or allocation structure distribution cycle. So we need secondary cost element for maintaining our controlling data. So we have maintained 9 marketing expenses. So marketing expenses is my primary cost element. I have assigned a primary cost 1 to it. Then we have a secondary cost element. Its secondary cost element is also a marketing expense. And in internal order settlement, we assign it to cost element category 21. This is very important and a point to be noted that there are many categories for secondary cost element settlement. I will show that to you. So 21 is for internal order, then 31 is for projects results analysis, similarly overhead rate, and 42 we have already done this. We have used 42 for assessment while we were doing our distribution and assessment cycle. So for internal order settlement, we use 21 category. Similarly, I have made a launching expense that is my primary cost or revenue element with cost element category 1. And again, marketing expense for launching expense, I have made a secondary cost GL account with the category for assessment 42, because under internal order we also need to distribute the cost. So for that the secondary cost element is absolutely required. So now our GL accounts are ready and we need to assign it to allocation structure. So under assignment, I have given two assignment, marketing advertisement and launch party. Under marketing advertisement, I need to assign my costs. So I have assigned 9 as my cost element category. This is 9 marketing expenses. We can also give a number range. There are many cost elements that be involved in an internal order. I'm giving a very small example, but in reality or in real case scenarios, there are huge number of accounts that are involved in collecting costs. Also, we maintain a different group for the same, so we can assign that also. So this is my cost element. This is my primary cost element. Then what we need to do is to, for the distribution purpose, we need to also give an assessment cost element, and this will be my secondary cost. Secondary cost, that is 12 for assessment. And assessment, how I have defined it as assessment by giving cost element category as 42. And then settlement of the cost, the final settlement will be done as per the cost center, and the final settlement will be done in accordance with the secondary cost element, that is 10. And the 10 is my cost element category, 21 is for internal order settlement. right? This is my allocation structure. My allocation structure is BR, and now this allocation structure is assigned. This allocation structure is assigned to my settlement profile, and my settlement profile is assigned to my order type. So the most important thing in the entire internal order is that I have to create an internal order type, and this order type need to have a settlement profile, and under settlement profile I will allocate or assign and allocation structure. So this is the basic settings that we need to do for creating an internal order, or basic configuration for internal order. So after this, what we need to do is to pass a journal entry, or before that we need to create an internal order. So let's create an internal order. Under accounting we have controlling. Under controlling we have internal orders. Internal orders, we have to go to master data, special functions, order, and create one order. So KO01 is our code for it. Our controlling area is 1812. Our order type is, we have already given an order type. Our order type is BR18. And then we need to give all other configuration. So these are all optional data. If we want to assign a plant, if we have done our configurations properly, we can assign proper plant to it, business area to it, profit centers to it, etc. And then we can first, what the most important thing is, we need to give a description. So we can give our winter apparel launch AW23. Then these are all journal data. uh, uh, Everything will be given or assigned to us by our clients. Then the most important thing we need to do is to give a settlement rule, how the settlement in this internal order is going to happen. So the category we are assigning, we can assign it to many things under business processes, then real estate management, even assets, even accounts. So right now I'm going to assign a cost center. Then I have to assign the settlement receiver. So I have already maintained few cost centers. Like 50%. Valid object, CTR is the object. No profit center entered, that's okay. So the order created, 4000081 order is created. So this is how the order is created. Now what we need to do is to do journal entries. Also, I would like to tell you one very basic T code, that is OKB9. And through OKB9, what we can do is uh, this is for default account assignment. Like for every cost elements or the account we have created in our GL master data, we can assign assign it to a cost center or an internal order or to a profit center. And while we will make our GL entries, it will automatically fetch from it. So I'm not doing it. I just wanted to share it with you that this is a um, very basic T code OKB9 where we can assign the cost object to our cost element or GL accounts. Let's see, I have assigned anything to it or not. See, I have already assigned my two cost element to my internal order that I have made, right? So now what the next thing we need to do is to go and do a journal entry. F-02. Let's do a fast journal entry. Calculate tax as 81 is my cost. Posting key, it's 9. Let the amount be I have to assign tax to it. So now this is not my tax. What I need to do, I need to allocate my tax. In case you're not able to get the tax calculations, you can see a video on indirect taxes. I'm just so OBBG is to assign country is to assign country to our tax procedure. So our country is India, and someone else have assigned its procedure. My procedure is GST 18. Save it. Go back to our journal entry mode. Dash N F dash 02. So 81. My account is 9. My tax is input CGST as GST as marketing expenses. Then order, we have created, I think I have two orders. Let's assign any one order to it. Then 81. 702 is my ledger for bank. Star. Let's simulate and see how the entry is. So this is my GL entry for marketing expense, launch expense, and the amount is going from bank is 35,400 with the GST figure. So this for these GST configurations, I would like to ask you guys to see our video on indirect taxation. So I'm saving my entry, and then what we need to do, the last thing we need to do is to settle our internal order. So the last thing we need to do is to settle our internal order. Under accounting, we'll go to controlling. Under internal orders, we have period and closing, then single function, there is settlement and individual processing. Like the latest order we have created is 81, like 8180. Anything we can take, we can give our settlement period, we can give us, then we have to give our fiscal period, um, and we can go and do the test run, and we can see the settlement rule. We have already given a settlement rule. So this is not our settlement rule. I'll just show it to you, the settlement rule that we have created. We created for 00081 winter apparel launch. So settlement rule we can see is, this is the settlement rule we have given, and as per this rule, the entire cost be uh, allocated, and how we can how the internal order, this is how internal order helps us in analyzing a particular job or a particular project or etc. So after that we execute. I'm not executing it because there are not much entries to see. I would like you guys to try it by creating few more journal entries, and in case there be any doubts you can ask us directly. So this is how the entire internal order process takes place under controlling. Internal order is a very effective controlling object under controlling, and people are using it widely. Thank you all for listening. Have a really good day.